Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, but we're pretending like it's a Monday Modify. How is everybody doing today? I am super excited about my guest today. It is my little cousin, and what's really exciting is that this is like a reconnection for us. So in today's MAUDCAST, it's like a family reunion because we actually haven't seen each other in over 10 years, I think, which is crazy. Hey, Philly. Hi, Lauren. Yeah, and hi, Emma. So I'm reuniting with my cousin, my little cousin, who the last time I saw her, I think she was 4, and now, she was maybe 5, and now she's 14 and in high school. So this is really exciting for me because, you lose touch with family. I'm about to bring you up, Alissa. Hold on. Go live. So, Alissa. I'm so excited. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So this is my theme song of my podcast. I'm going to turn it up so you can hear it even more. It's very funky. So I always want everybody just to sway to it, feel that rhythm, feel the beat, feel how it feels.
I was doing schoolwork. I'm so behind.
How are you?
I'm good. I just finished doing some homework. That was fun.
Hold on one sec. I don't know why my Siri started playing. Hey, Siri, stop. Hey, I don't know why it did that. Anyways, okay, so everybody, this is my little cousin, Alissa. And I was telling everybody before you came on that this is like a reunion for us. So this is very special because the last time I saw you you were, what, 4 or 5 years old?
Really young. I was a little.
And how old are you now?
I'm 14.
Guys.
I know.
So, for anybody wondering, Alyssa's mom, Cassy, is my first cousin. She is my father's sister's daughter. So, like people like to be like, oh, that's my cousin, that's my family, that's my family. This is really my blood little cousin, and she lives in New Orleans, and she's 14 now. And last week, the way we got reconnected was her mom, Cassy, and her auntie, my other cousin, Talia, started a new business and had a Zoom launch party for their new business, which is a tutoring business. It's brilliant. It's really amazing. It's really cool. But Alissa was like manning the Zoom and assisting fully on this thing. Like I was like, oh my God, she's grown. And I kept writing in the chat like, oh my God, she's so grown. She's so beautiful. She was a little girl last time I saw her. And then I was like, hey, you want to be a guest on the MAUDCAST? So here we are today. So first of all, how's everything going, Alissa? How was your day today? How was school?
It's been pretty good. School was interesting because I do online school. So I'm at home while I do my school. It's a little hard to not get distracted, but I do my best.
What do you find distracts you most?
I keep nail polish at my desk, and I just bought fake nails. So I spend half the time making nails to put on later.
That is hilarious. Show us the fake nails you bought.
Like, I bought 1,000 of them.
Oh my gosh.
And so during math class today, I was making Halloween nails. They're all purple.
Hilarious.
And I did end up learning the lesson. I do know what happened, but...
Okay. And you're in the 9th grade, right?
Yep, I just started high school.
Oh my gosh. So how does it feel to be in like your first year at a new school, not being able to like, just see people in the hallway? Are you able to make new friends? Like, how's that going?
I'm actually really lucky because my school is a middle and high school. So I started there in 6th grade. And so it's kind of a smooth transition. Also, I've gone to school with the same people since 2nd grade. Because
oh, wow.
An advanced academy in Louisiana, and there aren't a lot of them, like in Metairie. So elementary school with them, and then we all went to middle school together. So now we're all in high school together.
I love that. That is so, that's amazing. You're very lucky, like you said, because, you know, a lot of young people I know, a lot of my students are going into new schools where they don't know anybody. And it's really hard to, you know, just become friends organically with people on a Zoom.
Yeah. But
It's
we're also,
not,
yeah.
go
So
ahead.
we're also really lucky because I know a lot of people who like go to different schools and are like all meeting new people. They all get dressed every day. They do their hair. Like we all know each other. We aren't trying to impress anyone there. Half of our teachers are our friends' moms. We've all slept at each other's house. We show up to Zoom in our pajamas and no makeup. Like I had to get dressed to do this. I wore pajamas.
Well, you look fabulous. And you know you don't need any makeup because you're so beautiful naturally.
And I didn't have time.
You don't ever need to put on makeup. Let me tell you, we got good genetics. You don't need makeup. I put on a little lipstick because my lips were chapped and I couldn't find my normal chapstick that's clear. So I was like, let me put on some lipstick because my lips were chapped. But I'm telling you, we got them good genes, okay, Alissa? We don't need the makeup. Oh, Chloe just joined. She's watching, right? Hi, Vani. My friend Nirvana just said you're super beautiful. Yes, you are. You don't need any makeup. So, Alissa, I haven't seen you in 10 years in real life.
Yeah.
What have you been doing? Like, and for everybody watching, you're truly watching a reunion. I have no idea what Alissa's interests are. I don't know, like, literally anything. All I know is that when I saw her last week on the Zoom, I was like, my little cousin is a genius. She's brilliant, and I love her, and I want to talk to her more. And now we need to, like, reconnect and build a real relationship. So tell me, like, what are your interests? What do you like doing? You know, the pre-pandemic, like, do you hang out a lot with your friends or do you stay home with the fam? Like, tell me about it.
Okay, so talking about myself, I definitely don't do that ever. Let's see. Pre-pandemic, I really loved animals and I'm very much like save the environment. Like a month or so ago, I stopped eating meat because I was like, carbon emissions, they're killing us all. So I started volunteering at a zoo. So I volunteer at the Audubon Zoo down here, and I would do that every weekend before the pandemic. I worked with a lot of my friends at the zoo. Let's see, what else? I read a ton of books.
What kind of books do you like to read?
Anything I can get my hands on.
This is amazing. I love it because it's so funny, even though, let's say, we don't know each other that well, besides when we met a long time ago, genetics are very, very strong. Like, you know, you're an avid reader. Chloe and I were avid readers. You know, you're out volunteering. That's what Chloe and I did. Because even though, you know, your mom and us, we didn't grow up together, like, in the same place, but we always were, like, parallel, like, growing up and, you know, caring about academics. Because I know that you are a scholar, right?
I do. I do very well in school. Last year, I was in my school's National Junior Honor Society. I'm a Taylor Scholar. I do pretty well in school, I'd like to think.
No, don't diminish it. Not I'd like to think you do well. And you said the other day that you wanted to go to college abroad, right?
Yes, I do.
So tell us about that.
I don't know. I just want to see the world. Like, I feel like, okay, I did the U.S. thing. But what else is out there? I'm getting bored.
Have you ever left the country?
I haven't. Not yet.
I am going to call your mom once coronavirus is like, once things are open to traveling and all that stuff, we have to get you out of the country.
I'm ready to go.
We have to. So what I want you to do and ask your mom is start working on a passport. So get your passport, make sure Eric gets a passport, make sure your mom has a passport so you guys can leave. And right now there's a backup on passport. So ask your mom, like, today if she can start that process for you. And I can send you all the info that you need to do it so you can help her because I'm sure she's busy. So you can help her make it as easy as possible. But you got to have a passport.
Yes.
And what is like, sorry, there's something in my eye. What are some dream places you want to go to?
I don't know. There's so many places I want to travel. What's really helped is I take world geography this year, so we've been like making maps of all the different. So I've been really seeing how many countries there are in this world, and
There are a lot.
I've only been in one. Why have I spent so much time in this one? There's so many.
There are so many.
Like, I know I want to go to Spain.
Okay.
Go to Italy. I want to go to New Zealand and Iceland and India and like 7 countries in Africa that I can't name all at once. Those. I want to just go to islands, random islands in the middle of ocean that no one's ever heard of. Just hang out.
I love it. You know what? I know that you're going to go wherever you want to go. Like Chloe said, you're on your way. And let me tell you, with us as your big cousins, we will make sure that you will be going wherever you want to go. So between Chloe and I, we've been to 30 countries.
That's a lot of countries.
It's a lot. And I have to tell you, you are on the right pulse. Like, traveling opens your mind. It opens your heart. It opens your spirit, because you see other people living well and living happy lives outside of America. And I think that oftentimes in America, we get painted like America's the best and only place to live. But I love what you said when you were telling me about New Zealand. Why did you say you wanted to go there? Tell everybody.
Because it's run by a very powerful woman, and I just think that's really cool.
It's amazing. All the countries that are run by women are doing better.
Yes, they are.
They are. And so if I had a magic wand and I say, what do you want to be when you grow up? No limitations. What are some of the things? And of course, this could change tomorrow. This could change in 5 years. But right now, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Right now, I would like to be a lawyer.
Nice.
I really wanted to be one for a long time. Or I have a couple things that are just constantly running in my head. I want to be a lawyer, or an environmental scientist, or an environmental lawyer, or an animal rights lawyer, or a zookeeper, because being a zookeeper is so cool. Like, when I worked at the zoo, they would give us all these like behind the scenes tours, and I'm just like, I want to train a seal. Like, they trained the seals to do tricks, and I was like, I want to do that.
This is very true.
So many.
Well, if you want to be a lawyer, I have a lot of friends who are lawyers. In fact, one of my friends who's a lawyer just joined. So if you want to be a lawyer, I have a lot of amazing women that are my friends who are brilliant attorneys who I know would speak to you and give you some mentorship and advice. One of my really good friends I went to college with is an environmental lawyer. And I just met a zookeeper like a month ago. Now, you learn cool stuff, but I also learned you have to do like gross stuff too.
You do. Part of like the junior keeper program that I'm in, we sometimes shadow some of the keepers, and there's a lot of cool. There's also a lot of not.
There's a lot like cleaning up the excrement.
Most of that, actually. We do a lot of that. You put your time in, and then you do the cool stuff.
Exactly. But you know what? I'm happy that you said that, because that's with everything in life. It's like everybody looks at somebody who's very famous, like, you know, you look at Beyonce and everybody's like, she gets to do all this cool stuff. But nobody sees the hours of sweat and hurting your feet and hurting, you know, just your whole body hurting, and hours of doing it wrong so that you can get it right, so you can do the cool stuff. So I think that is a very good thing that you pointed out. And how is it being a big sister?
My brother. I love him so dearly.
You are your mother's daughter.
We butt heads occasionally, like every day, but it's fun.
Aren't you happy that you are not at home alone?
No.
LOL. How old is Eric now?
He's 11, so like he's becoming his own person, and that freaks me out a little bit. Because
in what way?
Sometimes I forget that like he's his own person and not just like a side character in my story. friends. I'm like, hold on, you don't have friends. I have friends. You're like my brother. Like the other
That
day,
is funny.
we go to the same school, but sometimes he gets teachers that I haven't had yet, and they're like, "Oh, you're Eric's brother." And I'm like, "No, he's my brother.
Right.
Don't refer to me as his sister."
Chloe, this is hilarious. I love this. Chloe is laughing. I love you said he's like the sidekick to your story.
And like he's becoming his own little person, like in the other room, and I'm like, this is weird.
So like when he has like a girlfriend, how are you gonna react?
No, I will not allow that. Not on my watch. I have several people at my school who I have report back to me. He doesn't know about all my little spies, but no.
How come he's not allowed to have a girlfriend?
Because I know what middle school girls are like, and I don't want that for him.
Okay, can you teach me? So what are middle school girls like?
Middle school girls now are terrible. They're not. Like, I wasn't a bad middle school girl, but like some of the other kids in my school, I'm like,
so they're a little crazy. They're wild. They're a little wild.
they're wild. And they try to grow up way too fast nowadays, these children. I'm like, back in my day, we played tetherball and we ate sandwiches on a bench.
I cannot even deal. You are hilarious. I cannot tell you how happy I am that you are not some wild child out here wilding out. I would be so sad. And I got to give it up. We got to give it up for your mom, my cousin.
I'm so, like, old in my soul. I have a rocking chair in my room, and sometimes I sit in my rocking chair, I knit my scarf, and I drink my green tea on a Saturday night. And
okay,
be happier. But some of my friends are like, "Oh, Alyssa, what are you doing this Saturday?" I'm like, I have a scarf I really want to finish.
Okay, so basically, Alissa, when things, and I'm saying this because it's being recorded and there are people watching, we have witnesses, and Chloe is listening too. When we're able to like travel and do the normal things again, I want you to come with me and Chloe as our assistant to one of our trips overseas when we go work. And you can help us do all of our admin stuff. So that's like signing kids into the class, taking a roster. What'd you say?
I love doing stuff like that. I'm very much like an organizer.
Clearly you are Miss Responsible. You sound more responsible than me and Chloe.
I'm the mom of my friend group. I'm the responsible one. I make sure we have the tickets before we leave the house.
And where do you think that comes from? Is it from being like a big sister, or do you get that from your mom? Like where is that, or is it in our genetics? Like what is it?
For me, it's definitely my mom, because I don't know why. I've just necessarily, like, I've had bad luck. Like, luck, it's not my thing.
Bad luck in what way, if you don't mind?
Like,
for everybody just joining, this is Alissa. Oh, we have some new joiners, so I'm going to explain who you are. This is Alissa. She's my little cousin. We have not spoken to each other in over 10 years. We just reconnected on last Wednesday on a Zoom, very briefly. And then, so I wanted, today the joy is family reconnecting. So, okay, tell me about this bad luck, because I don't want you, Chloe, hold on, Chloe's yelling at me on here. Chloe, can you type that in and then I'll pin it? Thanks, sister. So what is this bad luck?
So say I was driving, like I'm on time to go to the place that I need to go. I will hit every single red light. Every single one. And then I will be late. So my mom always told me, just be extra prepared, and then get all the bad luck in the world, you'll still be fine. So I leave the house 15, bring an extra one of anything, and it balances out eventually.
Okay, so, but here's what I would like. Hold on, I'm pinning this comment. Thank you, Chloe. Here's what I want you. First of all, I think that is a great way to approach it, because it's like, now you know you are always prepared. However, I don't want you to take on the notion that you have bad luck, because then you will create bad luck in your life. So instead of saying I have bad luck, I want you to say I am always prepared for anything. You see what I'm saying? Because now you are not inviting the universe to give you bad luck. You're telling the universe, try me, because I'm going to be ready. Give me a red light. I'm still going to be on time because I was early. But you're not manifesting. And then you'll start to see how things just open up for you. So that's what I want you to think about. No negative talk. No negative self-talk. Just positivity. That's how you have to, and then you'll start to see how things just like happen and all that stuff. So what are the kinds of things that you do besides, so you like to drink green tea? I love green tea as well. And you said you like to knit?
I knit. I do.
Great. So knit me something for Christmas. And
Let's see.
You just, what'd you say?
I play soccer and basketball. Those are the ones I like to do.
You're like your mom.
Yeah. I do musical theater.
Okay. Tell us about that. You know, we want to know about the theater.
I love it to death. It doesn't love me. It does.
Okay, I don't want to. We have the same DNA. We have the same genetics. It does run through you, okay? Don't even try. It does run through you, okay?
Interesting thing, because yes, do I get into the plays? Yes, I do.
Uh-huh.
It's really funny to me because I can practice the same song every day for 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
It's just, it doesn't work.
Okay, I'm going to have to disagree. Also, in very cool news, my friend from Brazil is here. Say hi. Oi. Okay. First of all, who is telling you that the song doesn't work? Is it you telling yourself?
I just hear it and I'm just like,
see, you're wrong. You know what's happening next? Alyssa, when's your birthday?
It just passed.
When was it?
It was in August.
August what?
18th.
Happy belated. Hey, that's one of my closest friends' birthday. Happy belated birthday. Chloe is a Leo as well. Chloe, we're going to give Alyssa, for your birthday, you're going to get a vocal lesson on Zoom with my friend Denise. Let Denise tell you if what you're doing isn't working. You cannot tell yourself because you don't know. And I promise you, you're doing better than you think. Because if you are practicing even for 30 minutes a day, that's amazing. And so I know that you're improving. So I'm going to connect you with Denise on a text when we get off the MAUDCAST. And you are going to set up a vocal lesson. Me and Chloe are going to pay for it. And then I'm going to talk to Denise and find out how great you are. Okay?
Bless her heart for trying. I know she'll do.
I know you're going to be great.
Hopefully I will be. Maybe I'm just an undiscovered prodigy and I didn't even know.
You know what? And you don't even have to be a prodigy. You just have to be confident. Let me tell you, as you can hear, like I have a raspy voice. I speak very loudly and I love to sing. Am I Whitney Houston? Absolutely not. But let me tell you, I be singing. I don't care because it makes me happy. And that's the thing.
It's just an interesting sound.
I think that you are playing yourself. And I think that you're better than you think. And I can't wait to hear from my friend Denise. She was on The Voice. She's amazing. She used to sing for Usher and all types of amazing Coldplay. She's amazing. She's going to give you a Zoom private vocal lesson. And then I'll have her tell me how you did. And I'm sure she's going to be like, oh my God, I love your little cousin. This is what I know for sure. So the MAUDCAST, Alyssa, is all about joy and how do we find joy in our daily lives. So a question I ask all of my guests is, when you have a moment or a day not feeling very happy or joyful, what do you do to find that joy again for yourself?
I do a couple different things normally. Because especially since like quarantine started and I started online school, like bad days are a little more frequent.
Mm-hmm.
So get creative with how to balance them out. So I just like to take a shower. It's like a reset. It's like
Ah,
wash away the bad day, the bad feelings. And then normally when I get out the shower, I will play some empowering music and dance around my room like no one is watching. And normally it makes me feel better. And if that doesn't work, I just take a nap.
I love it. That's amazing advice. I love the shower idea. Like it cleanses it away. What is some of the empowering music that you listen to?
All sorts of stuff.
Like what? Give it like, imagine if I was feeling down right now and I
My,
texted you, what song might you send me or artist?
my music taste changes on the daily. It um I don't know. You can't go wrong with Beyonce. You can't go wrong. I don't know. Sometimes I listen to like female rap artists if I want a little confidence boost. Sometimes I just listen to sad music to like finish the cry. Cause
I love that. Girl, sometimes I need to hear sad music when I feel sad.
like
And then I
no,
feel better.
I'm happy right now. I need to finish feeling the feeling so that it'll go away.
You are so mature. I can't believe you just turned 14.
I just turned 14.
I am in I can't tell you how happy I am. Like I just want to show off to the world my little cousin because I remember when we met when you were like 4 or 5 and you were just, I mean, the cutest thing. You're beautiful now, but you were just the cutest little girl. And we played. We had so much fun. We were at your grandma's house, my auntie's house. And you made me dress up as a princess and do things and like put on a, what is that called? Like a veil or a crown or something?
Something like that.
And it's amazing that we haven't spoken in 10 years, but we're able to reconnect here and connect so easily.
Yeah, the internet is a wonderful thing.
It really is. And it's really, really special. Yes, Jenna, a tiara. Thank you. I'm like, what is that word? It's a tiara. No, and I think that it is really special because also just because you are blood related to somebody, it doesn't mean that you connect.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is that me and Chloe feel so connected to your mom, to your auntie, to your uncles, to our uncles, even though we don't get to see each other or talk to each other much. Chloe and I see Talia the most because she's in Chicago and we go to Chicago a lot for work. But I haven't seen Nathan in probably 5 years. I haven't seen Travis since the last time I saw you. Like, it's I haven't seen Uncle Reggie in probably since I was your age in like 20 years.
It's crazy.
But you see on the Zoom, when we were on the Zoom last week, it's like everybody's just family. It's amazing. And so that's really special, I think. It makes me very, very happy. And I'm so proud of you. And I know Chloe is too. Chloe's watching. And, you know, you live in New Orleans and you're only 14 and you're a beautiful young lady. And I think these days it's so easy for young women to get caught up in bad, negative things. And it's so refreshing and beautiful to see that you're on such a phenomenal path. Like, it makes me so happy. I'm so proud of your mom because she's a beast to raise you this well.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
I would not be who I am today without my mom. Like from like a very young age when I was a wee baby, she was just like, your education, very important. If you get a good education, you can do almost anything you want to do in the whole entire world. Just from a young age, I was just like, school is very important. And I'm lucky that like I still carry that with me today, because if I didn't think like school is important, I do school at home. It would be so easy for me to just like turn off my camera, just technically be there, not do anything, cheat on everything. The amount of people like that openly cheat on tests, I'm like, why? Like, you aren't learning anything.
You
Like,
just cheating yourself.
I'm like,
so what is like your favorite subject in school? Do you have
English. English class is my favorite class. I love books. I love talking about books. I love dissecting books. I love writing. I love talking about other people writing. I love my English teachers. English is my class.
Okay, Alissa, after the other thing I want to do today, so I wrote a children's book, and it's still in the draft. I'm like towards the ends of the drafts, but I want to send you my draft, and I want you to mark it up for me and analyze it and give me notes, because I would love to hear from it's not for kids your age, it's for like 6 and 7 year olds, but it's close enough. And yes, Jen, it's a book. So Jen is my homegirl. We went to college together. She's brilliant as well. She went to Columbia. She's dope. But I want your opinion as like a teenager that's closer to your age, and you can kind of be like, yeah, this is cool, or this part is boring, or it's fun. And since you love to do that, I would love for you to do that.
I would love to. Sometimes I forget I'm a teenager, and like it's really scary. Or some people will say like, we'll hear the morning announcements, and they'll be like, high schoolers, da 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 da, and I won't pay attention. Like
you still think you're in a lower school?
Yes, I'm like, oh, I'm still in middle school.
I love it. She is 14. So let me just add, she is 14. This is my little cousin, and we are reconnecting today, and it's just making me so happy. So, Alissa, I always ask my guests towards the end, like fire questions, meaning they're fast questions. So you have to, like, first thing you think of, you answer it, okay? So are you ready?
Pineapple.
Oh, no, not yet. I have to ask you the question. Hey, but you stayed ready, so you ain't got to get ready. But before we do okay, so here we go. A person that brings you joy.
Myself.
Well, let me just brush your shoulders off for you by I love you.
Like, I crack myself up all the time.
You are the only person that has ever answered myself. Everybody give her a round of applause in the audience. That makes me very, very happy. All right. A food that brings you joy.
Sushi. Oh, not anymore. Well, I used to eat a lot of sushi, but like now I don't eat meat, and there's like very few ones without meat, so it's kind of a sore subject right now at the moment. I take it back.
You'll get back to that one, but it was sushi pre-vegetarianism.
Yeah. I'll go with ice cream. Ice cream's always a good one.
I love it. I love it. A song that brings you joy.
Ooh, I can't think of any names. Every song I've ever known has left my head. Hamilton. Anything from the Hamilton soundtrack. Thanks.
Okay. Oh, did your mom help you with Hamilton?
Yeah, she did scream Hamilton across the house.
I love it. You know what else? Alissa, this is why it's important we're reconnecting. So, 2 of my best friends are in Hamilton.
I did a musical. That is the thing I did.
You did Hamilton?
I memorized it.
Sing me a part of your favorite song.
Okay, but now I'm blanking.
Satisfied?
I cannot sing on the spot. That is not
rap a song.
Good orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean with poverty and providence and squalor. Grew up to be a hero and a scholar. The $10 founding father without a father got a lot harder by working a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter, and every day, yeah, I could go on for a very long time.
You know what the most important thing about what you did is that you did it. And you did not allow yourself to say no, because a lot of people be like, nah, I can't do it right now, I can't do it. You did that. You see all the fire emojis. You see the fire emojis.
Doing it.
What'd you say?
What's the point of not doing it? Then you're just going to be like, man, I really wish I sung Hamilton on that podcast that one time.
Oh my God, I'm just so proud. Man, genetics are a real thing because
That's pretty awesome.
we are cut from the same cloth. I am just, that just makes me so happy. And you know what? When things get back to normal, if they're whatever that means, I can get you a ticket to see Hamilton. And I would also like to say, I'm saying all of these things on a recorded thing. So
I will
hold me accountable, but I also deliver on my promises. So already we have the vocal lesson that's going to happen with my friend Denise, a Hamilton ticket, but Lord knows when that's going to happen because
I'll just be in Hamilton. Like, I'm getting voice lessons. Like, I'll just stand up and start singing in the middle of the show.
Exactly. You're going to be like, hire me. I can be Eliza.
Like, work.
Exactly. See? This is what I like to hear. And when we start traveling again, you can come with us and be our assistant on one of our trips. Because I think that would be a really fun way for you also to see the world. Because usually the places that Chloe and I go to, we've been to a lot of times, like Brazil or Croatia. And we've been so many times. And we have students who are your age who we love, and they'll take you out and you guys can do like teenager things.
What are teenager things? I don't know.
Okay, let me tell you, girls. So in Croatia, I know what the teenagers do is they go out to eat and they go get ice cream and they go to the mall and they go to the beach because there's a really good beach in Croatia. In Brazil, Giselle, what do the teenagers do in Brazil? Giselle is here right now. Giselle is from Brazil. They go to the beach. They do some, like, parties at house. Oh, they do house parties and they dance.
I'm a teenager. I don't do teenage things. Like,
but here's the thing. I want you to do wholesome teenage things. So, like, no drinking, no drugs. Not that I'm worried about you at all doing any of those things. Like, what'd you say?
I'm genuinely terrified of everything.
You should be very terrified of alcohol and drugs and boys. You don't want to be afraid of boys because men are a part of our universe.
I'm over it. They get on my nerves.
Yes, but absolutely. That is the right attitude to have right now. They get on my nerves, and this is how I would like you to view it. If they are not adding and elevating your life, it is a waste of time. But what's good is to have really good...
What my tells me every single time I bring it up.
Me and your mom did not talk before this, okay? So don't think that she and I conspired some plan.
Tells me all the time.
But I promise you, and that goes into adulthood, even when you're grown up. If the man or the boy in your case is not bringing greatness to your life and is stressing you out or pulling you down, you got to cut it off. Period. And that goes for friendships too, even with girls, like your female friends. If they're negative and they try to bring you down, you got to chop, pull out the scissors.
It was not fun. I'm not very good at conflict. It's not one of my strengths. I'm very bad at just kind of forgiving people and forgetting about the stuff that bothered me in the first place. Like, I had this one friend. We'd been friends for like 7 years. Like, way back. Like, in elementary school, we had a lot of drama. We had a lot of beef. But
okay, I don't know why you have drama or beef in elementary, but I'm all ears. I'm listening.
No, it was elementary school. We fought over who sat at the right table at the right time.
Stuff like that.
Like, we got over it when we got to middle school, and then we, like, became friends. And then all of a sudden, no. Like, she started doing things that I didn't deem very age appropriate of us, and I was just like, I don't want to be associated with people who do these things. And then she was like, it's fine, I won't do them. And I was like, cool. But, like, she did. And then recently, we are in a very interesting political climate. It's a very interesting one, and I do like to stay updated because, you know, it's a world I do happen to live in. So I just like to stay updated, stay informed, and she has some very interesting views.
Okay.
As in, I hate them.
Okay.
Like, they're terrible.
I love you. My God, I love you. Cassy, bravo to you.
I
So you hate these views. Okay.
posted something on my Snapchat story because I had watched the political debate and I
Uh-huh.
was a little petty. So on my story, I posted a picture of the two candidates, and it is very clear who's going to be on the right side of history because
Uh-huh.
really funny, and all of my friends swiped up and they loved it. And she was like, okay, it doesn't mean like Biden's gonna win the election, like Trump does great things for the economy. And I was like, hold up, we gotta talk about this one.
And you live in Louisiana. Oh God.
Yeah. And so I ended up FaceTiming her, and I was like, hold up, we gotta get some things on the table here.
Yeah, clarify some things.
And like I brought up like the Black Lives Matter organization. She was like, yeah, isn't that like a terrorist thing? And I was just like,
God. Oh, I need to drink some water. She stressed me out.
I sat there, I had to like educate her because we do live in Louisiana, and that is everything that we're told. And so I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt that maybe she just didn't know. And so I told her these things, and so we got over that. Like I fixed that one. But like
Thank you.
And then like I was just like, okay, but who do you think should win the election? Like, who do you think is a better candidate? Not the best. Just like, who do you think should be running the country next? And she was like, well, I just think that like Trump would be a better president. And I was just like, and I don't know if we can be friends anymore. And I was just like,
I'm breathing. I'm exhaling for you. And you know what? I'm very proud of you for standing up for yourself because,
no, I did it. That's not where this ends because.
Oh, what happened?
As I said, I'm bad at conflict. So, I ended up like just ending the phone call saying I had to go do some chores, and then I called her back a couple of days later being like, hey, it really hurt me when you said you supported the orange man because like he doesn't really think I should have rights, and that's not cool with me. And she was like, but like I just agree with his like views more. And I'm just like, we've been friends for like 7 years. Do you not think I should have rights or something? She's like, yeah, he's a bad person, but you have to separate that from the politics. And I'm like, do you not understand just how uneducated you sound? Like, this man has done terrible things, and you want him to run a country.
Terrible.
And I was just like, look, I can't keep being your friend. It's hurting me too much. Because at the end of the day, I was the one crying about, like, why doesn't she think I deserve rights?
It's really sad. And I'm happy that you're challenging your peers because what's really hard is challenging my peers who are grown-ups or even people older than me. But, you know, some people are so blinded by their privilege that they can't even see past.
Privilege wasn't real.
Say that one more time.
She told me that white privilege wasn't real, and that was like kind of the final thing for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that because at that point it's an assault on your well-being, and there's just no negotiating. And is she reading? Is she actually reading, or she's just hearing what her parents say and spewing it out? That's all that's happening because it's her parents.
Yeah, and I was just like what I said was like, I hope that one day you learn about the world and then we can be friends.
I love that. I think that's a great way to cut somebody off.
Because like she was never a terrible person to me, so I didn't want to be like, look, I've had it, we're over. Which it might have been a smart thing to do because
that's not who you are. And you left the door open for her to learn and grow. Because like you say, I'll still be your friend, but you need to grow. I think what you did was absolutely fantastic. And everybody in the comments agrees with you. And they think that it's sad that young people feel this way. What would you say right now to an adult who was like, I don't even want to vote, like my vote doesn't matter? What would you say as a young person who cannot vote? What would you say?
I can see why you might feel that your vote doesn't matter because the electoral college in this country has made it pretty hard for lots of people's votes to matter. Because, like, you know, the Democratic Party's only really lost once since, like, the 1980s. But I know you may not think your vote matters. But in the end, all all of the votes do matter. And you may not think it affects you, but no matter who you are in this country, any vote will affect you. It'll affect what taxes you pay, what healthcare you can get, what education you can get, what jobs are going to be available next year, where you're going to be able to live, if there will still be an earth in a couple years. Very important things. So I know it's a little bit of pain because who likes to leave their house, but if you would like to, I don't know, maybe live in some semi-decent place still in the next 4 years, just, put the little check on the box.
Okay, Alissa, I just have to say, you are phenomenal. You are a phenomenal young woman. I'm so proud to be your cousin. I'm so happy to be reconnected and to be back in your life. And once you're in, like, now we are fully reconnected. And what'd you say?
You can't get rid of me now. You're kind of stuck.
I would never want to get rid of you. You are absolutely a joy, a pleasure. You're so funny. You're so brilliant. And I'm just so excited about like our friendship and our familyness and everything. And I love your mom to death. She knows. I always tell people when they ask us about our cousins, I say, oh, we have one cousin, Cassy. She's like, if you mixed me and Chloe together, she's like that. Like, because me and Cassy are about the same height, but her and Chloe have the same body, but we're all like kind of sassy. And so it's, family, we are very lucky to have an awesome family. And
about y'all all the time to everybody I know.
Thank you. And let me tell you, any way that we can ever help any of your dreams come true, or if you ever need to just call us to vent about your friends who don't read or the boys that get on your nerves, you have us as big cousin aunties. You can call us 24 hours a day. We are always here for you. Always.
That's so nice. Well, I'm here too. I'm a pretty good listener, if I do say so myself.
Oh, no, you're about to be editing my thing. Remember, I'm sending you my, so yeah.
I'm a bit,
what'd you say?
I'm a bit of a harsh critic. It's constructive, but
no, I love that you're a harsh critic. That's why you're honest. That's why I want, and I trust your brilliance and your creativity and your opinion. So I want your honesty. I want it. Hey, Cassy. Oh, I see your mom's on here. Hey, girl. Hey.
I do like to think of myself as a very honest person. Because it scares the crap out of me. It physically causes me fear. Whenever I see someone lying, or like, I'm like, oh, it'd be easier to lie. I'm like, you don't want to do that, Alissa. Because
lying is awful.
Your life, you are going to be thinking, who figured it out? Why did you do that? Why didn't you just tell the truth?
Lying is horrible.
When you deal with the truth, the problem is over and resolved. If you deal with a lie, the problem will never be over.
Yo, my little cousin dropping so many gems. So many gems. Okay, Alissa, before we get off, do you have anything you want to say to the people, say to the world, give a shout out, some advice you want to lend, anything, closing words?
Hello, world. I am Alissa. We all know, we know. Hello, world. You've been pretty decent to me so far. I am trying to save you. I'm working really hard out here. I have some pretty cool aunts, as you can see. My piece of advice that I will leave you all with is just never stop learning and educating yourself, because there's always something new and you'll be a better person for it.
I love it. Thank you so much for being my phenomenal guest today for the 11th edition of the MAUDCAST.
Thank you,
Alissa. You are amazing. This won't be the last time I have you. We're going to do another combo.
I have a bunch of fans now.
I love it. And make sure that you stay connected seriously with Chloe and I. And I'm going, as soon as we get off this live, I'm going to connect you to the singer, and I can't wait to hear about your vocal lesson. I love you, and have a great rest of the week. Everybody, thank you for joining in the MAUDCAST. Have a modified week. And remember, try to find joy in your moments where you are not finding it. Bye.